So what's it like to drive? Well, the best thing to do is get yourself behind the wheel of one of these and find out. It is a fun little car, you can't deny it. One thing you will most noticeably see is the fact that the turning circle on these is absolutely immense. Everybody always goes on about them. When it comes to the petrol, it's an unleaded, but you can add an additive, which I would recommend just to make sure that it's not going to do the engine any harm at all. When you drive it, you will notice that the steering wheel is slightly over to the left and then the pedals are slightly over to the right, which gives you an odd driving position. I mean, it's a bit weird, but nothing to put you off driving itself. Going around these corners, you get a feel of what the suspension's like. On the front, it's coil and spring. On the back, you've got leaf suspension, which does tend to make it a little bit jittery. And if ever you watch these cars from the rear, you'll notice if they go around any corners at high speed, they do tend to have the back wheels kind of buckling in a little bit. It doesn't do any harm, but you do kind of think, please hold, for the love of God, please hold for me. All in all, it's not a bad little car. The gears are quite low ratio, so you do kind of go up through them at a rapid pace. And the engine itself, it's a straight 4-cylinder. The gearbox, you haven't got a synchro mesh on the first gear, only on the second, third and fourth, which isn't going to cause you too many problems unless you try and change down the gears as you would do in a normal car and you find yourself trying to fight to get it into first because it's not syncing up, and that's when you get that graunching noise. You're thinking, that's it, my car's falling to bits, but it's just because you haven't got that synchro mesh on the first gear. The tyres themselves, when you're driving along and if you're going to be in the wet sometimes, do be aware they're not the thickest tyre in the whole wide world. They're only 155s, that's, 155 millimetres, which ain't the best. But then again, you're not buying a Formula 1 car, are you? You're not driving this to get from A to B in the quickest time. You're driving to get to A to B in the most pleasurable way possible. The sun, yeah, it does come out occasionally, and going on these little country roads. It's got a top speed of 84 miles an hour. However, that was what it was when it first came out. Nowadays, going 84 miles an hour in this, I wouldn't recommend it. No sirree, I would not want to be going 84 miles an hour in this. I would say happily going along at 50, 60 miles an hour. You don't want to be breaking any land speed records in this. And especially when it comes to the braking. Not that the brakes don't work, they do. They work very well when you're going 50, 60. You got disc brakes on the front and you got drum brakes on the back. And you've probably noticed the way that the wind's flapping about in here. When the roof is down, you haven't got any deflectors to angle the wind away. It simply comes up over the windscreen and then comes back into the cabin and just belts about all over the shop. It's not too heavy on the steering. Mainly is quite light car, not the heaviest beast in the world, but there is something very nice about just driving along. Oh yeah, not a care in the world, me. Woohoo, who cares about anything? I'll buy 7 of them, one for each day of the week in different colours. All in all, beauty of a car. But I guess you can make your own mind up. It's all very well me saying it's a beauty of a car. You might get in it and think, my goodness, that is absolutely toilet. So, best thing to do, get yourself in one, drive one, see what you like.